Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I'm doing something cool and I'm going to be comparing Telecasters to Stratocasters. I'm going to be talking about each one. By the end of this video, you should know which one is right for you, Telecaster or Stratocaster. But first of all, welcome to our apartment and my couch. Please ignore this pickle jar full of water. This is how I stay hydrated. Also, please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. We are getting closer and closer to 5,000 subscribers. So if you could help me out and make sure you are subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it. But today we're going to be talking all about Telecasters versus Stratocasters. These are arguably the two most important guitars. Both of them are Fender guitars, and both of them have been copied for years and years by every company imaginable. I will start out by saying me personally, I prefer a Telecaster. I like it because they are simple and it just sounds the way I want a guitar to sound. But a lot of people prefer a Stratocaster. So much so that if you close your eyes and you think of an electric guitar, you are probably picturing the Stratocaster shape. That being said, I'm going to take the time to dive into each one. I'm going to assume that you're watching this video because you're thinking about purchasing either a Telecaster or Stratocaster, and you would like help deciding which one is right for you. The first thing I want to point out is that both of my instruments that I have in my hand are from the Fender Player 2 line, so they're the same price point, same factory, same everything. So outside of the fact that they are different styles of guitar, they're pretty similar. So I'm going to start out with the Telecaster because the Telecaster historically came first. Now the Telecaster is famous for having a slab body design. They're really simple, they're really straightforward. There's only two pickups, a three-way selector, one volume, one tone, and it's essentially a chunk of wood that you put strings on, and there's a neck. They're really simple, and this is arguably the first ever solid body electric guitar. The Telecaster was designed in the early 1950s, and they were designed to be simple and robust. Think of this as the working man's guitar. It does everything you need, nothing you don't. These are easily maintained, and they can take a beating. Think of the Telecaster as the original blueprint, and then the Stratocaster is the improved upon next model. One of the best features about a traditional Telecaster, in my opinion, is the fixed bridge. There's no tremolo, there's no whammy bar, nothing moves, nothing bends. It is a string-through design, so your strings are just through this slab of wood, out your bridge, to your tuners. All of that being said, maybe simplicity is not your thing. In that case, you would probably prefer the Stratocaster. Like I said a minute ago, think of the Tele as being the blueprint that the Stratocaster built upon and innovated from. So that's the Telecaster. Now let's take a look at the Strat. I'll also point out that on my specific models, my Strat has a rosewood fingerboard while my Tele has maple. Outside of that, they are pretty similar guitars. Now the Stratocaster came along in the mid-1950s, not the early 1950s like the Tele. Now the Strat has a sleeker, contoured body, so it is designed to fit well with your body as you're sitting down and playing. Unlike the Telecaster that traditionally is just a slab of wood, this is actually carved out and has what they call body carves to fit your body as you play. It's also worth pointing out that a Stratocaster usually has three pickups, so you've got your bridge, middle, and neck, and this is the secret sauce that makes so many people love the Stratocaster. So back in the day when the Strats first came out, remember they were intended to be an upgrade from the Telecaster. They just added an extra pickup. Also back in the mid-50s, they had a three-way toggle, unlike the five-way that most Strats come with today. So what that means is, similar to the Telecaster, you would have your bridge, or this pickup here, and then your middle position, which on the Telecaster is just a blend of your bridge and neck pickup, but on the Strat, it is its own pickup entirely. So when you're in the middle position on this Tele, you are mixing your bridge and your neck pickup. When you're on the middle position of your Strat, you are using the middle pickup. It's its own thing, its own sound altogether. So again, back in the mid-50s, you would have a three-way toggle, and you would go between your bridge, middle, and neck pickup. But people started wedging the toggle in between positions so that they can blend together their neck and middle, or their middle and bridge. That sound right there, the 2 and 4 positions as we call them, is what most people associate with the Stratocaster. Now, for our convenience, they put on a 5-way selector switch, so that we can just pick these two pickups together, either combination. We don't have to try to wedge the selector switch in an in-between position. It's just an option given to us. Also, on top of that, we have 1 volume and 2 tones. This gives you more tonal options, but also it's a little bit more that you have to think about and a little bit more that you have to feel under your hands when you're trying to play a song. Now, if you would consider the Telecaster to be the simple working man's guitar, you would consider the Stratocaster to be futuristic. They wanted to give you more options, contoured body, and on top of that, there is a tremolo system. I personally have it decked to the body. I kind of try to treat this like it's blocked off. I don't have it blocked off currently. Don't worry about that right now. But Strats come traditionally with a tremolo system. So that means that you put a bar in here and you can actually move your strings and you can vibrate them to make different noises, unlike the fixed bridge of the Telecaster. So here is the simplest way that I could describe it to you. I would think of the Stratocaster as having a clean and chimey sound, and I would think of the Telecaster as having a punchy and direct sound. Both of these things are great for different reasons, and ultimately it comes down to personal preference on which guitar and which sound you like better. So in my opinion, the Telecaster is perfect for cutting through a mix effortlessly. You can always tell when someone's playing a Tele because they sit perfectly in the mix. At the same time, the Stratocaster is perfect for modulation and wet effects. The Strat can handle effects really well. Now, it's not that one of these guitars is lesser than the other, they just accomplish different things. That is why most guitar players, myself included, have one of each. They are different tools for different jobs, and a well-rounded guitar player knows their way around both of them. I would say that the Stratocaster is a funky, clean pop style of guitar, and then I would say that the Telecaster is more of a blues rock, aggressive style of guitar. That being said, before people come at me in the comments, you can play anything on either guitar. It really comes down to your hands and your whole setup and how you play them. So the Stratocaster is great if you like versatility, if you like modern tones, maybe you play a lot of lead guitar, maybe you use a lot of effects. Also, the Stratocaster is great for somebody that likes the body contours and the way that this body is designed. The Telecaster is great if you want simplicity, if your focus is on rhythm or maybe tight lead lines, and if you want maximum tuning stability, I would pick the Telecaster over the Strat. That's just my opinion. Now, I want to say this again, there is no better guitar between the two of them, it's just whichever one is a better fit for you. Me personally, again, I have and I bought both styles of guitar with my own money. The first guitar that was ever given to me and the guitar I started to learn to play on was a Squier Strat Pack. The first guitar that I ever bought with my own money was a Telecaster style guitar. So do with that information what you will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sorry that it was a whole lot of me talking and rambling on, but I hope that you got something out of this. If you have any further questions about Stratocasters or Telecasters, just let me know down below in the comments. Also, let me know down below which style of guitar do you prefer. Are you team Telecaster or are you team Stratocaster? Let me know. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the very next video.